The updated rankings on Monday, February 23rd. Eala defeated Hailey Baptiste, 2024 tournament champion Jasmine Paolini, and Sorana Cirstea in the WTA 1000 tournament.
Alex Eala is rewriting her own story in a powerful way. She has just reached a new career-high ranking of 31, jumping 16 spots in a single tournament. That kind of rise is rare. It does not happen by luck. It happens because someone is playing at an entirely different level. But this is bigger than rankings. In sports, there are special moments when you are not simply watching a match, you are watching someone push through pressure, silence critics, and prove they belong. That is exactly what is happening right now in women's tennis with Alex Eala. Once again, she has made her presence impossible to ignore, even among WTA officials who still seem hesitant to fully embrace her as one of the sport's elite players. Yet Eala keeps delivering results. Her performance at the Dubai Championship showed just how much potential she truly has. At the rate she is going, it will not be long before the WTA has no choice but to recognize her as a serious force in tennis. In Dubai, Eala achieved another milestone by defeating Jasmine Paolini, who is ranked 8th in the WTA standings. Paolini became the third top 10 player Eala has beaten. She also secured wins over Hailey Baptiste and Sara Sorribes-Tormo. Each of those victories came with confidence and control. Her run ended against world number 4 Coco Gauff, but that loss does not erase what she proved. She showed everyone that she belongs on the same stage as the very best. The numbers now back that up. And here is what makes this even more remarkable. Alex Eala has become the only female tennis player in history to defeat a world number 2 and multiple Grand Slam champions such as Madison Keys and Iga Swiatek before even entering the top 20 of the WTA rankings. That is not just impressive, that is historic. For someone as young as Eala, this is a massive achievement. She takes on every challenge directly. She answers critics with performance, especially those within the WTA who hesitate to give her proper credit. This is not exaggeration. This is history being made in real time.
Filipina tennis star Alex Eala reached her new career best, number 31, WTA ranking, jumping 16 spots after a quarterfinal finish in the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championship.
Alex Eala truly stepped into the spotlight last year at the Miami Open. That tournament changed everything. From that point on, it felt like the entire WTA establishment began watching her closely. During her incredible run against Iga Swiatek, Eala was playing some of the best tennis of her life. She was in control. The crowd was fully behind her. The energy inside the stadium was intense and exciting. Then something unexpected happened. In the middle of that huge moment, an umpire suddenly accused Eala of having prohibited items on the court. The timing raised serious questions. She was in the middle of one of the biggest upsets in recent WTA history. The momentum was clearly on her side, and out of nowhere, an issue was raised that had nothing to do with the actual match or the level of play. For many watching, it did not feel random. It felt poorly timed at best, and intentional at worst. When a young player is in the zone against one of the biggest names in tennis, disrupting that focus can change everything. But Eala did not fall apart. She stayed calm, she stayed focused, and she finished the match against Swiatek. That victory sent a strong message. She could not be shaken. She could not be thrown off by distractions. But that was not the only incident. In another match, there was a line call that was clearly wrong. The ball landed inside the line. It was obvious, yet it was called out. When Eala challenged the call, instead of correcting the mistake and awarding her the point, the umpire ordered the entire point to be replayed. There was no confusion about the call. The ball was in. She had won the point. Still, she was told to play it again. What happened next showed her strength of character. Eala calmly approached the chair umpire and said, "I know what you're doing." She was steady, she was confident, she was not going to be intimidated. In that moment, she showed that she understands the pressure around her, and she is not afraid to stand her ground. Then came the Australian Open. Despite having thousands of fans traveling to support her, she was scheduled on smaller courts that could not accommodate the large crowds. Supporters who had come specifically to watch her were left struggling to get in. This did not go unnoticed. Novak Djokovic openly criticized the situation. He pointed out that the venue decisions may have played a role in her early exit. He did not hold back. He stated clearly that Alex Eala is the greatest tennis player the Philippines has ever produced and deserves respect. According to him, the way her matches were managed did not reflect that respect and contributed to her first-round exit at the Australian Open. When a player of Djokovic's stature speaks out so directly, people listen. His words added weight to concerns that many fans were already discussing.
Which is understandable. You know, there's some players coming from respective countries, like she's coming from Philippines, which is now a big deal. You know, she's been the biggest ever, tennis player from that country, which is a big country, and there's a big interest.
Jessica Pegula also made her thoughts clear. In her view, Alex Eala is not just a young player trying to find her way. She is a true rising star who has already proven she belongs among the best. Pegula spoke about her own experience facing Eala at the Miami Open. She walked into that match and was surprised by the atmosphere. The crowd was massive. The support for Eala was loud and passionate. Every point felt intense. Pegula described it as insane, not in a negative way, but in admiration. What stood out most was that Eala had already built a fan base that many long-established players would envy. And yet, despite that clear popularity and impact, the WTA began placing her on smaller courts. From the outside, the pattern seemed obvious. It gave the impression that the WTA was not fully comfortable with Eala's rapid rise.
I mean, I played her when she kind of broke out last year in Miami, and I'm from there, and the whole crowd was against me, and I was like, what on earth is going on? Like, where do these people come from? And then week after week, as she has done well and established herself as a really good player on tour, they all come out to support her. And so I think we saw that in Australia when it was kind of overcrowded. They put her on too small of a court.
When you step back and look at everything together, the situation becomes difficult to ignore. You see a young Filipino woman rising quickly. You see her gaining global support. You see her defeating top players and climbing the rankings at a remarkable pace. And alongside that success, you see questionable umpire calls, smaller venues, and scheduling choices that do not match her growing popularity. Some people have even raised concerns about possible racial undertones. When incidents follow a pattern, questions naturally arise. But here is what truly defines Alex Eala. None of it has stopped her. In just 1 year, she moved from being ranked 100th in the world to 31st. She has beaten elite players. She has set records that no one else has achieved. Her fans travel across countries to watch her compete. And she has done all of this while facing challenges that many other players never experience. The WTA can assign smaller courts, umpires can make controversial calls, critics can question her. But the rankings are real, the wins are real, the progress is real. With strong voices like Novak Djokovic supporting her, it is clear that she is not standing alone. Alex Eala is more than a talented tennis player. She represents belief, determination, and pride for many people. And when something becomes that powerful, it cannot simply be pushed aside. This story is still unfolding, and right now, Alex Eala is the one shaping it.